there was a young woman who was staying at her aunt's house, and her aunt's house was known to be haunted. Apparently, people had seen repeatedly an apparition in this house, and it's specifically in one room. So she's asleep there. She's actually locked the door, but she wakes up in the middle of the night, and there's someone in her room. It looks somebody who's dressed like a servant, and this figure comes over to her bed and sort of leans down over her bed and acts like it's trying to speak to her, but there's no sound that comes out. And she's a bit frightened, so she pulls the covers over her head, and by the time she takes them down, the apparition has disappeared. Later, she was in a completely different location. She was hanging out with a friend of hers, and her friend was into like spirit communication. And so they start getting messages from a spirit who says that her name is Sarah Clark. And then she starts explaining that she used to be a servant in her aunt's household, some like 40 years beforehand. And she says that she appeared to this young woman in the bedroom of the house. And that the reason she had been doing this and appearing to her and appearing to other people is that while she worked there, she had actually stolen some things from the aunt's family, including a silver sugar bowl she mentioned, and I think she mentioned another item or two that was specific. She said she'd stolen these things and she wanted to come back and ask for forgiveness. Later, she went back to her aunt and she said, I got this communication from this person named Sarah Clark. Does that mean anything to you? And the aunt said, yes, indeed. Sarah Clark used to be a servant in our household, but she seemed very trustworthy. We never suspected her of stealing, but there were some objects that disappeared while she was working for us, including a silver sugar bowl.